This charter school, Genesee Community Charter School, is a free public funded school. And it is public to anyone who would like to come and join and who lives within 15 miles of the school are able to, the parents make a choice. They're able to say, I want my child, this is the education, this is the approach that I want for my child, and they're able to choose. So we are a school of choice.
GCCS has been a very welcoming place since I first started here. The children, I would say, first and foremost, are so loving and so welcoming. They also are very in tune with their emotions, which is wonderful. So they're able to name, how they're feeling, and they're also able to name everyone in their classroom because they have their morning circle and crew time. Each child is greeted individually by name every day. That's to start the day and then to close the day. And so I feel like that is something that really sticks out is their sense of crew and just like their joy of being at school.
We incorporate everything from reading and math and science and social studies to the arts and culture and crew and singing. Like we really, I think, open up the whole world to kids.
We became an exemplar school quite quickly. We opened in 2001. We became kind of like a focus school, and our arts program stood out. And the way that we took our local-based history and wove that into the curriculum. And so I think exemplar is one of the words that comes to mind.
Like for me, it is an experience. So once you come here, the way kids learn is very inquiry based and discovery driven. It is a place that is rooted in traditions. And there's also arts, right? You walk into our building, you'll see arts in a variety of places on the walls, right? And our kids will talk to you about our movement classes or visual art classes or music classes. And there's also the traditions, right, that blends itself into the who we are and who we're going to be as we move forward.
Expedition Night is a special celebration that happens at the end of each expedition. And we invite all the families from that grade level to come in. And it's just a giant celebration of learning of what the students have done.
Expedition Night is when all grades get to share what they've been learning so far with their families. And then we dance and do make show art and sing songs and stuff.
They study different geography and landforms around the area. So they travel to Letchworth to study the rock formations there. They also go to Mendon Ponds Park to study natural landforms there. They also, of course, go to the Rochester Museum and Science Center to study all these things.
And it's kind of all woven together in a format where the families get to interact and learn about what the students have been learning.
They were learning about Ellis Island, and they had one immigrant, and I'm only a second generation American from the US. And so I love that they got that experience and then got to actually go there and see what it was like. And that's an extreme kind of example, but they get those examples with every unit, and it's just amazing to me.
I think something that makes GCCS really special is that instead of if we're trying to learn about something, we don't just read it in books or anything. We can go on field studies and see it in real life. I think my favorite field study is going to be Boston. We didn't go yet, but we're going this month.
I love field studies. One of my favorite was probably when we went on a boat, a really big one, in I think second grade, and a lot of people could fit it on it, and it was really cool.
My favorite field study is when we went to the museum. So I got to look at fossils and I got to touch some.
Last year there was a group of kids, they're not used to being outside, and so we were at Mendon Ponds just taking a hike, and the hike was a little much for them. And one little girl had her best friend, her favorite kid, and was like, "You can do it, let's go, it's just one more hill, we can make it." And so it was just really great to see them outside supporting each other in an environment that wasn't the most comfortable for them.
And sometimes I think of Community Circle, which is a gathering that we have every Wednesday. And it's where the whole school comes together and talks about specific things like the character trait of the month. And our character traits are collaboration, perseverance, gratitude, compassion,
responsibility,
and initiative.
You know, the teachers are really trying to meet every child where they're at. They've been wonderful for these two, but also they put everybody in the place that we're in. So they root us here in Rochester in the Genesee River Valley and talk about the history of this place and the history of the people here.
Crew means community. Those are the people who've got your back. Crew is big. It could be as big as the entire school at Community Circle. It could be a small group of kids working together at a table in a classroom. Crew is all things to all people. Everyone's included. And we always make sure that, you know, like the saying goes, we're crew, not passengers, that we're all rowing in the same direction.
Before I came to GCCS, it was like not a common word that I ever really used. I literally just thought of it as the crew team. So when we started using it at GCCS, I was like, wait, we are a crew. We are just like the team that's rowing. So what crew really means to me is that we're always helping each other out. You can walk through the hallways in the school and just see different teachers helping each other, students helping each other.
The kids in the Expeditionary Learning Outward Bound program just really pushed the kids outside of their comfort zone, where they worked in teams and they explored guiding questions. It was so simple, but it was so profoundly stimulating, I believe. And I think the first couple of expeditions for both kids, us parents just looked at each other and wondered, is this really real? Our kids explaining their journey of learning for the last three and a half months, and hearing them speak.
I think it's to make sure that fieldwork is accessible and equitable to all families. Sometimes our overnights make it really hard. They are fee-based, and we try really hard to raise money for those. Sometimes we can't, and we don't want to just, have anyone not go because of that, and we never make that a thing, but it's getting harder and harder. I would love to see more equitable funding for our fieldwork.
We are crew.
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 Somos un equipo.